coming soon.
Alright, Dom, vacation back to your homeland.
Oh, we can take everybody!
2 Sims, 1 adventure.
Let's have Dom and Brendan go on a date to Paris.
Good old... No, it's not Paris, that's Champs-les-Sim, France. That's a real city.
France.
I've been there. Champs-les-Sim. Dom and Brendan's bizarre adventure.
Nothing was ever the same again.
Check for adventures.
We're gonna go on adventures.
I'm looking for a daring soul who is willing to provide some assistance for an simple reward.
One fairy's journey begins.
Dom, don't do that.
Dom, don't do that. That's how you lose your hand. This is a hole in the
Was
ground.
that hole in the ground a red herring? That literal hole in the ground in the middle of the... Is that a...
Dom's dungeon crawl.
Dominic! I never thought I'd be dungeon crawling in a Sims game.
Honestly,
What? Legend of Sims, Breath of the Sims.
we didn't prepare for this, Drew. I didn't grind enough.
Legend of Wild. Dom, we're playing D&D in the Sims.
In the Sims? What? Oh. Nobody has time.
The stairs.
There's more?
There's another whole another level.
Drew, I glitched the game.
Only on Goofing Off.
We love you. End.
This week on Goofing Off.
Drew does that thing with trucks again.
Colin commits murder on Magic Strawberry Reviews.
All this and more on Goofing Off.
Welcome back to Goofing Off. I'm Mon.
And I'm Kyle Glockner.
Wait, Kyle, where are you?
I'm right beside you, Mon. But don't worry, I'm hiding.
I can't see you anywhere. How can we introduce the next segment?
Don't worry. It's just Colin reviewing Metal Gear Survive. On Magic Strawberry Reviews.
Hello, I'm Colin and you're watching Magic Strawberry. Today I will be looking at the cynical cash grab that is Metal Gear Survive, and it's not very good. It's pretty much impossible to discuss this game without talking about the backstory, specifically regarding Hideo Kojima's separation from Konami, so I'm not even going to try not to. It's absolutely no secret whatsoever that Konami's reputation has taken a nosedive in the last few years after their highly publicized divorce from Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima. As many already know, Kojima was let go from the company before the release of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, which left him to finish the game pretty much indirectly with the rest of the crew. This would explain why the last portion of the game was flat out not finished. Any projects that Kojima was still developing with Konami were then scrapped, including the much anticipated Silent Hill reboot he was developing with Guillermo del Toro. Konami's lawyers would even later prevent Kojima from publicly accepting any awards the game would later garner at that year's Game Award. Whatever their reasons may have been, whether it was because of the Phantom Pain's development went over budget or because of the company's newfound focus on the mobile gaming market, this hardly seemed the right way to treat someone who was responsible for many of the accolades the company received for the past 30 years. Today, Hideo Kojima operates from his own indie studio dubbed Kojima Productions and is still currently developing the PS4 exclusive Death Stranding. And the Metal Gear franchise now lives on in the form of pachinko machines and this. The Metal Gear franchise is no stranger to outlandish storylines, but this one is especially odd. Metal Gear Survive opens with the destruction of the Mother Base while using recycled footage from Ground Zeroes. After Big Boss evacuates the area, however, a wormhole opens up above Mother Base and it absorbs everything below, save your own character, though we can't say the same for his arm. About 6 months after, you awaken in a secret government facility that apparently specializes in parasitic infections and wormholes. It is eventually revealed that your character has been infected with a virus when he came in contact with the wormhole. He's then assigned to travel to an alternate dimension to a world named Dita, and it's filled with zombies. As a huge Metal Gear fan myself, I had to try really hard to be objective while playing Survive because after all, that is what a review should be, objective. With that in mind, I had to admit to myself that there was some fun to be had while playing this game. It takes a few hours, but once you have upgraded your gear, get more weapons, make resources more plentiful, and gain more allies, and use all of these to fend off big hordes of zombies, the game is at least slightly below average at that point, but I'm afraid that's where the positives end. I'm hardly the first person to say so, but shifting the franchise into the zombie survival genre was literally the most uninspired direction Konami could have taken. Like many other people, I am simply jaded with the massive influx of zombie-related content, whether it be in film, TV, or in this case, gaming. I figured we would have moved past this by now, but Konami felt the need to dip their toes in what was already a crowded market. What makes it all the worse is that they added nothing new to the entire genre. All of the tropes that we have become familiar with regarding zombies are present here, even the one where everyone calls the zombies every name under the sun, other than, zombies. In this case, they're wanderers. The graphics were also a disappointing aspect of the game since they neither improved nor degraded from the last entry. In fact, despite this game taking place in an alternate dimension and on a different world, the maps look the exact same from the Afghanistan and Africa maps from the Phantom Pain. Even worse is that some of the companions you come across look flat out unfinished. The survival aspects of the game are the most tedious and annoying. Since it is a survival game, it means you also have to pay attention to your hunger and thirst levels.
Unlike us, you humans need food and water to live.
Be sure to eat or drink when you become hungry or thirsty.
The problem is that these levels decline way too rapidly, and you spend much of the beginning of the game scavenging the map for water and random sheep to kill for food, all of which are scarce. This is especially tiresome when you are in the middle of a mission and you're unable to continue because your character all of a sudden decides to get hungry. So then you gotta kill more sheep, and even when you do, you can't eat it right there because this game is aiming for realism, I guess. So then you have to bring the raw meat back to the base and cook it so that you can finally eat it, and only then can you proceed on your mission. You also have to manage your stamina levels because despite the fact that your character is supposed to be a trained military operative, he can't sprint for more than 30 seconds without getting winded. I can sprint longer than that.
Pay attention to your stamina. Pay attention to your stamina. Pay attention to your stamina.
The combat, especially since its melee focus, is clumsy. It starts out fine because at least you have a gun, but don't get too used to it because you'll have to quickly switch to this stick. It's every bit as clunky as it looks. Even though you can acquire a bow and various other weapons later, this is really as good as the combat gets. Almost every mission begins and ends the same way too. First, your AI sends you on a fetch quest to get a memory thing, and then you run to the area where the thing is as fast as your character can manage, and you wipe out the zombies in the area by setting up a fence and then poking them with your stick. Then you retrieve the thingy, run back to the base, connect the thingy to the thingy, and then the mission ends. I can go on, but the point is the game not only fails as a Metal Gear game, but it fails on its own merits as well. Metal Gear Survive is so crushingly tedious and a non-stop grind from the very beginning. The constant resource managing, clumsy combat, and nonsensical story, even for a Metal Gear game, all add up to a catastrophe that isn't worth more than 5 minutes of anyone's time, and it certainly wasn't worth several hours of mine. Oh, and Konami charges you $10 for an extra save file. 3 out of 10. Well, that's all the time I have for today on Magic Strawberry. Until next time, make sure to follow us on Twitter at the handle @ZTVGoofingOff, or don't, it's up to you. Bye-bye.
Rig and roll.
Rig and roll.
Rig and roll.
Rig and roll?
Rig and roll.
Rig and roll.
Rig and roll.
All right, everybody. Drew Brown here, back with yet again another Drew's Truckin. So I narrowly escaped the black hole from last time, and we're back with a new game called Rig and Roll. It's a hefty $5 on Steam, and it has mixed reviews, but hopefully it's an actual working video game. That's all I'm hoping for this time around, so let's go for it. We're gonna go for story. There's a story mode, I guess. So we're gonna go for a new game. A cutscene. Nick? So we got Nick and Matt. They're looking like a couple of real guys. Nick Trucking, just like Drew Truckin. That's fine. This guy's naming his company after himself. What? We're in 2055 here at Nick Truckin. We got holographic monitors, backwards caps, yellow t-shirts, and closed blinds here at Nick's Truckin. Oh, who's that? Big Crane. Yeah! That is a true trucker. We're in it. No holds barred. Yeah, here we go. Okay, we're in it. I am on top of the dashboard, and I don't know where to go. It's not telling me. But it's fine. We're going 60 miles an hour. It's like Euro Truck. Look at my truck. It's so pretty. Where do I go? Truck shop. Truck stop. Next exit. Okay. I guess we're going to the truck stop. Ooh. Okay, that's the mechanic. I just want a delivery. I don't have a trailer right now. Oh, those are bushes. Okay. Where's the... Oh, that's a pole. This truck handles... like a brick wall. Oh no. Okay, we're just going down the hill. We're going down the hill. That's a tree. Ooh, that's a big... Ooh, my windshield's cracked. Okay. A little bit of grass never hurt anybody. A little bit of wrong side of the road never hurt anybody. Just as I've proved that before here on Drew's Truckin. This guy is swerving into me! That was a head-on collision. That was that guy's fault. That is some insurance fraud. I'm calling that right now. There's a policeman. Oh no. Hello. That guy wants to borrow my lug wrench. Yeah, he can borrow my lug wrench. There's a policeman. I hear him. Is he after me? Probably. Hit my brake. It's really hard to Well, looks like I got arrested. Okay, well, we're back on the road. In reverse. Not gonna talk about that one. Alright, we haven't even really done anything, and we're already, like, going for it. Is my truck broken? Oh, my mirror's busted. Okay. Alright, so we're almost to Lebec. And, I mean, I'm just going by everybody. I guess, I don't know if there's a speeding law, but... if there is, I hope there isn't. Okay. Route 5 South. Someone just smashed into me. There's a policeman. Oh, no. Please. I just want to get to Lebec. I just want to do something. This game would be pretty cool if it would give me a map with some, I don't know, waypoint. Alright. So we got arrested. Again. Cool. Pay the fine. Can't do the crime, don't do the time. Let's... Alright. There's a Shell gas station. I'm gonna get gas. Alright, so my bumper's falling off. And I think my sanity's also falling off. This is certainly a game that doesn't give you a map. But you know what it does give you? Truckin. So I think that's a good end for the segment. I guess this was kind of just Drew's California Adventure, aka Rig and Roll. Well, if you have any games you want me to play here on Drew's Truckin', tweet me at ZTVGoofingOff with the hashtag Drew's Truckin'. Until next time, I'm Drew, wandering through California, and I'll see you next time on Drew's Truckin'.
All right, everyone, and now it's time for a
Break!
If you like what you see here on Goofing Off, be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter.
Face off!
Face off!
Face off?
Face off.
Previously on Face Off,
I want to be the Yoshi bike.
a victim was claimed.
As intended, I lost because I don't know how to use a bike!
Who picked the bike, Drew?
Now, coming soon to a YouTube near you.
Face off! Welcome to Face Off!
The battle returns once again.
Alright, today on Face Off we're playing Crawl, so we're just gonna jump right into it.
Like the Lincoln Park song.
Insert coin.
A tale of betrayal,
Much like Goofing Off has always been leading up to, we just murder each other.
monsters,
Where, for example, I can turn this slug into a glove.
traps,
One of the ghosts as a monster or as a trap gets me.
What?
As a trap, you can like spike traps and stuff.
and deadly skittles.
Y'all took me to the Skittle factory.
Who will survive?
So whoever loses on the third try of the boss loses the game. They automatically come in last, and then the ghosts get ranked based on their experience.
And who
We almost got him.
will
It's really coming down to the water.
be
Oh boy! Wowee! Golly gee!
consumed?
But we saved the world.
Face Off 2, Revengeance.
More swords it is.
Oh, man. That's a lot to deal with.
That's a lot of swords.
Don't worry, I got him. Consume a human heart. You heard it here first, everyone. STR. What's it stand for?
Strawberry.
It stands for strength. Fortitude. Guts. It is me. I'm an M&M guy.
Oh, he said it. I didn't get to suplex him.
Oh,
Instead, I will
Look at
suplex
him.
Drew. Drew.
Druplex.
Only on Goofing Off.
If you like what you see here on Goofing Off, be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter.
Kyle,
What's up?
remember that talk we had about covering weird anime?
What about it?
No matter how you word this isn't a sports anime.
It is if I say it is. Let's check out what I've got in store on Animanga.
Hello anime and manga fans, I'm Kyle Glockner, and welcome back to Animanga. Now, normally I would open the segment with a short little intro, work in a few jokes, and introduce the anime that I'm covering today. But on today's episode of Animanga, we have something truly special. When you've been watching anime for as long as I have, shows start to kind of blend together in your mind. Similarities begin to show themselves and blur the lines between shows you've watched, but then you find that one really special show that just captures your heart in the most beautiful way possible. Today, I want to share with you an anime that has done just that. So without further ado, today I'll be talking about Keijo. Keijo, with 8 exclamation marks, is a sports anime about an alternate universe where a female-only sport known as Keijo became popular at the start of the 21st century. We follow Nozomi Kaminashi and her best friend Sayaka Miyata as they try to become professional Keijo players. Now you might be wondering, just what is Keijo? What kind of sport is it? Well, it's a sport where the girls try to knock each other off of platforms into the water with their butts. Keijo is a wild ride from start to finish. From episode 1 all the way to the end of episode 12, this show just goes for it. No holds barred. I thought the fights were going to get stale after the first few episodes, but Keijo blew my expectations out of the water with how in-depth and technical each individual fight was. This is essentially Dragon Ball Z with butts. But this show goes beyond the limits of a normal fan service show. Like I said before, Keijo is detailed. They go over training regimens, exercises, fighting styles, different stage types, in-depth rules, and even special techniques. I was honestly astounded by how intricate the details of the show got. Rather than just establishing the basic premise of a fictional sport, Keijo really puts the effort to build that sport from the ground up, remembering every little detail and explaining anything you could nitpick. I've seen more attention to detail here than in some plot-driven shows. And of course, as this is a sports anime, we have the stereotypical lessons of friendship is magic, teamwork makes the dream work, and all that fancy stuff. But I think it's interesting to see that applied to a sport that isn't necessarily as team-based as basketball or volleyball. At most, 4 girls from a team are playing at a time, and usually they have one-on-one fights, but there are some situations where team members work together to eliminate their competition. It's really interesting to see how the girls combine their own teamwork with the dynamic and sometimes random stages they're given. But I want to go back and talk about those special moves for just a moment, because honestly, they're my favorite part of the series. As if the premise itself wasn't crazy enough, they throw in these special moves that sound absolutely ridiculous, and the girls are just out there screaming them at each other. Some of them even reference other anime, such as Batak on Titan, a reference to Attack on Titan, or The Gates of Boodylon, which is a reference to Gilgamesh's noble phantasm in the Fate series. Now, it's important to note that there are some slight differences between the manga and the anime, those differences being the 30 or so chapters that the anime just skips over. These chapters cover Nozomi getting accepted into school for Keijo, and with as short of a series as Keijo was, I can understand why I decided to skip ahead. The manga does continue past where the anime stopped for around 30-40 chapters, but unfortunately, the Keijo manga ended prematurely back in April of 2017. But honestly, the anime had just enough to keep me happy with what we got, so it's not all bad. Overall, Keijo is a fantastic show that I legitimately recommend. It's some of the most fun I've had with the 12-episode series that actually had me pausing episodes so I could finish laughing. And like I said, while the manga did get cancelled, there are still around 60 to 70 chapters that weren't covered in the anime. So if 12 episodes weren't enough for you, you can always check out the manga to get your Keijo fix. Keijo was directed by Hideo Takahashi and animated by Studio Zebic, while the manga was written by Daichi Soriyomi. Whether you think 8 exclamation points in the title is too many or not enough, I'm sure you'll be able to enjoy Keijo. For the plot. Definitely for the plot. But anyway, that's all the time I have for today. Let me know what you think by tweeting me at ZTV Goofing Off using the hashtag Animanga. Until then, I'm Kyle Glockner, and this has been Animanga.
Here we are at the end of
Woohoo!
Are you going to help me close the
Here
show?
we go!
Kyle!
Mamma mia!
This is ridiculous! Why do I even work with you? And that's it for this episode of Goofing Off. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for extra content, including extended cuts of Drew's Trucking, Goofing Sims, and Face Off. I'm Mon.
Woohoo! Thank you for taking the time to goof off with us. Wait, hold on, we need to test something. Okay. This week on Goofing Off, start with order, descend into chaos. Boy. It's my box. No, you can't have it. It's mine. Monica, it's mine. Monica, it's mine. You can't. It's not your turn. It's not your turn to have the box, Monica. It's my. Can the. Face off!
Face off!
Face off?
Face off.
Oi! Your toes! Give them to me!
Rig.
Roll!
Roll!
Rig and 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 roll des.
Boy.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.